Hey everybody, my name is Elena. Welcome to my channel. Today we'll be talking about Don't Starve Together and my favorite season, which must be the most boring season in the game, autumn or fall, depending on where you're from. You'll notice I'll be using some mods and you can find all of that in the description. Now let's get into it. So, I say it's supposed to be the most boring season because nothing really happens except you're running around. What? You're running around prepping and panicking for the horrors of the upcoming winter anxiety-filled season, much like in real life. Anyway, depending on where and whether it's the beginning of the game or you just finished a whole season cycle and barely made it on the other side, you'll want to approach this season differently. At the beginning, you'll wander around a bit and explore because you want to set up house somewhere soon. And it better be a good neighborhood because you can't afford to move in the middle of winter. I mean, have you seen the price of real estate these days? God. Plus, when the neighbors are a-holes, isn't that just the worst? Yet, you don't want this shit to happen either, because you'll have to resort to murder much earlier than anticipated, so what you gonna do? Well, what you're gonna do is do research and explore before settling down, if you know what I mean. So, to make it easier, let's make a list because I'm a control freak and I love checklists. First, find a suitable place to base. When looking for a good place to settle, you'll want to consider a couple of things. In the middle or close to some forest because you'll want to turn that into fire real soon and then eventually charcoal. If it's birch nut trees, even better because you can eat the nuts, nailed it, as well as repurpose them and make some forest. I want to be near but not too close to some spiders because they make for easy meat. Next, beefaloes, especially if you're a crappy kiter like myself. You'll need those half cows for protection, but make sure that you're not too close because they will try to kick your ass in spring. I mean, yeah. Apart from that, I'd say try to make it at least close to the middle of the map because it's going to be much easier to run around and get yourself around the map. One more benefit of having a base early is so that you can leave the many things that you won't need like for the in-game year, so make a base and start hoarding. In the meantime, you'll want to gather some things. First, grass. Gather grass as you come across it. You'll want to keep it above 30 pieces. Next, some twigs. The same goes for that as well. The most important thing that you're going to need them for is a torch in the beginning and later on for some tools as well as flint. Now, regarding flint, depending on the biome you spawn in, they might be harder to find, but don't give up. In the meantime, you'll want to keep your food at a moderate amount. Don't hoard it because it's going to turn into rot. I know, shocking. But at day 10, which is the middle of autumn, you'll want to start thinking about preparing for winter. But a few things to gather would be silk from spider side and wool from either shaving or, again, beefalo side. You'll need those to make a winter hat. Stone and flint for the thermal stone. Now, on that note, you'll need about 2 of each, so 2 stones and 2 thermal stones and 2 hats to make it through the whole winter. A bonus tip. Thermal stones in DST have durability, while in the single-player version, they last forever, which is awesome. Next, some food. And I say some intentionally because I know people recommend stocking up on food for winter, but the truth is, if you manage to make a crock pot and settle close to a spider den, you'll be good as long as you're not playing with Warley, who acts like he's never been a college student, eating stale pizzas. Now, if you're still worried about meat scarcity or you find some good meat that you'd like to preserve, think about investing in some drying racks. And that's it! Now you're ready to bravely step into new snowy horizons and die in the middle of a swamp chased by monsters and your own nightmares.